I declare that small choices laid each morning build a leader's fate. Reflect on how steady habit compounds into victory or ruin. I list 3 morning choices, act on the first, and review results at dusk. You now set a simpler course, you after 30 days command steadier counsel. Once I withheld a small favor and watched plans hold. One denied errand saved hours, the army moved on time. The generals thus learned the value of measured refusal. Takeaway: small denials preserve great motion. Choose one small denial to practice tomorrow. I measure small choices as scouts measure reports. 2 errors are inconsistency and haste. Plans must be marked plainly to prevent them. Do record each decision and its outcome in a brief ledger. Do review entries weekly and adjust one habit every 7 days. Do count successes and aim to improve decision quality by 20% in 30 days. I ask whether your small choices strengthen trust among your men. One faithful action daily cements belief and eases command. Do keep promises, do deliver on small tasks, do acknowledge faults swiftly. Avoid neglect, a broken promise erases trust, regain it in 90 days with steady acts. I teach through choices, not only by decree, and men learn rightly. Routine choices form the school's curriculum and harden skill. Do rehearse small decisions in council, do role-play likely refusals, do praise prudent choices. Avoid grand praise for trivial deeds, measure growth by number of correct decisions per week. I guard the daily edge, repetition is the smith forging resolve. Small reforms held for months outstrip single great efforts. Do schedule a monthly audit, do remove one distraction each week, do celebrate consistent days. Avoid haste in altering practice, increase consistent days by 50% in 60 days. I will show in time how these bricks become a wall. Forge thy leadership with small decisions each dawn, for habit shapes the command you present to others. One correct choice each morning becomes a brick of fate, accumulating weight beyond a single day. Consider how each act shapes the day's orders, the trust of soldiers, and the course of counsel. These moments require tending, for sloth brings slow decay that undermines strategy and breeds discord. As I promised earlier, these small choices will prove their weight when campaigns lengthen and fortunes waver, as you shall see. Do name 3 precise morning intentions, list a vital single task, ask one clear question, bind a brief ritual. I once watched a captain who chose small habits over shining glory, and thus kept a steady camp. He kept brief orders, tended his men each dawn, and repaired one worn path within the hour. He refused honors that distracted his forces and diverted his captains. Takeaway: his quiet discipline joined into victory while others squandered advantage. Do not chase grand gestures, avoid delaying small choices until evening, for neglect multiplies and saps trust. Record 5 such decisions daily, note outcome and mood, and bring the record for review after 30 days. Expect at least 60% alignment between intent and action after 30 days, seek steady improvement thereafter. You now let small moments pass and call them trivial, you after 30 days will command steady momentum and clearer choice. Begin now, name 3 morning choices, enact the first within 1 hour, and return tomorrow for further counsel. I decide before dawn which small requests I will refuse today, and I mark them plainly. This single boundary preserves my focus for campaigns ahead, and saves judgment for decisive hours. If I deny petty intrusions early, my judgments remain sharp at noon, and my core act with speed. Do list 3 interruptions that cost time, write their names on a strip, set their price in minutes. Do refuse daily, common mistake is saying yes to ease, review each evening. I set a rule for small delegations to multiply my force, not to scatter accountability. Delegate trivial tasks daily, free your thought for strategy, and train lieutenants in responsibility. When I hand off minor chores, I preserve energy for larger choices, and speed affairs without commanding every motion. Do name 2 tasks now, assign them to trusted lieutenants, confirm completion before dusk and record lessons. You after 30 days will see hoarding cease, avoid it by trial delegation, measure progress by 5 tasks moved weekly. Ask whether a single phrase prevents a wrong order and saves a flank. Refine commands to 1 clear sentence, then do this, write it, read it aloud, confirm a single echo. Once I gave a brief order and men saved a river crossing before dawn, burning the field. Another time long speeches delayed attack and the enemy slipped through a weak gate at midday. Takeaway: brevity turns small choices into victory, measure clarity by % orders under 10 words, target 70%, now shorten 1 order. Every morning, a small choice builds the fortress of a leader. 100 small correct choices shape destiny more than one great one. Each minor act alters the field, habits compound into advantage. Neglect a single brick and walls weaken where strength was promised. You now judge by grand gestures, you after 30 days judge by blocks. Do record each morning decision that favors duty over ease. List 3 tiny actions to repeat before noon every day. Ask 1 subordinate for a small improvement and accept its test. Practice 1 restraint each night to strengthen will by dawn. Later, I will name how to make them endure among the ranks. Once I chose to rise with a farmer and mend a faltering plan. That single habit shifted my officers' eyes toward steady labor, not drama. Their small, daily repairs saved a campaign when storm struck. Takeaway: 1 habit, when kept, becomes a bulwark that repels ruin. Do not chase visible glory, order patient work instead. Avoid this by keeping lists and refusing impulsive applause. Do choose quality in each small choice, not number. Measure progress by counting 20 clear, deliberate choices within 30 days. You now dismiss small acts, you after 30 days command them without thought. I promised earlier that discipline breeds destiny, enact it now as proof. Do begin today, mark 3 correct choices before the sun climbs high. Bind small choices into public ritual to multiply their effect. Do declare 1 simple choice at council, and make it the day's law. Measure adherence by 90% of officers noting the act each dawn. I say, every morning's small decision determines a leader's destiny and marks the day's course. I hold that strength grows from many correct choices, not from 1 great stroke. I counsel you, mark each habit, for habit forms character and character orders conduct. I see that deliberate choice each dawn bends your years to will and duty steadfastly. Ask yourself 1 quiet question tonight, answer it at first light without haste. I instruct you, set 3 priorities each dawn, record each choice and its result before dusk, then discard distractions. Let routines carry you through chaos, defend them like a guarded gate against whim and rumor. I recall a captain who once feared small tasks and scorned simple duty. He cleaned his campfires, fed his scouts, settled 1 dispute daily, and listened. Takeaway: small acts win trust, deny the enemy footholds, and shape fortune. Review the week each 7th dawn and remove 1 needless task without delay. I have seen leaders chase spectacle and sudden advantage, avoid both by preferring steady choice and clear measure. Mark progress by the share of days you met priorities, aim for 70% within 30 days or more. You now drift, you after 30 days command habit and men with steadiness. Do this now, mark today's first choice, follow it to evening, and note the result. I teach this, teach a single small habit to 1 deputy, model it, require her to teach another in turn. This multiplies correct choices and binds the command beneath a shared, honest discipline. Answer the question you set, name today's smallest decisive choice and ensure 3 men know it by nightfall. I say plainly, the morning choice shapes the campaign of a year. One clear ritual anchors every small decision into a stronger fate. I have seen armies falter from weak dawn habits. Reason follows action, and action sets habit. Do name the single deciding question for each dawn. Do fix a short order of 3 priorities. Do decide the smallest matter first to build momentum. You now feel indecision loosen, you after 30 days hold steadier counsel. My next rule is this: protect the reservoir of choice by trimming needless options. A leader who pairs his choices preserves will and clarity. Excess choices waste strength, and wasted strength betrays plans. List tasks that demand true counsel. Remove devices of distraction from your morning circle. Assign small, repeatable decisions to deputies for 1 week. A captain once refused routine, and his men wasted hours. He then prescribed a simple ration plan, restored time, and won a mountain pass. Takeaway: small delegation returned his strength immediately. Beware 2 errors. First, confusing rigidity for discipline. Second, mistaking avoidance for simplicity. Do schedule review times, not obsession. Do ask your lieutenants for 1 contradiction each morning. Measure progress by counting days you completed your ritual without delay. Aim for 21 days to fix habit and 60 days to make habit resilient. I close the thread I opened earlier about daily bricks. Choose the brick now. MicroQuest: tomorrow at dawn pick the 1 question you will answer first, and record it before speech or battle. Mark this: small choices win wars and must be stewarded daily. I hold 1 thought: each morning small decision lays a brick in destiny. Attention to these acts prevents decay. Without them plans crumble into chaos. Set 3 clear priorities each dawn. Inspect 1 task, refuse 1 vanity, honor 1 small success. You now let mornings drift. You after 30 days command firmer order among your men now. Guard the threshold of your day. Where attention goes, power follows. I teach that protecting the first hour secures decisions and sharpens judgment. Small interruptions accumulate into fog. Clear rulings maintain cohesion, speed, and steady resolve. Do silence summons for the first hour. Do record 1 priority. Walk away from fruitless counsel. You now answer every call. You after 30 days choose when to be called. I once denied a petty plea at dawn and faced a captain's wrath. That refusal spared my column a needless detour and preserved rations. No herald sang of that choice, yet the army moved truer for weeks. Takeaway: remember this practice. Repeat 1 sober denial each morning. Many leaders await grand revelation and thus neglect the small discipline. Reject that error. Name 3 non-negotiables and bind them with oath. Count the nights you kept the oath. Record a simple ledger each evening. Aim to raise fidelity by 50% in 30 days through steadfast, humble practice. Do today's ledger now. You after 30 days will see a firmer pattern and answer the next question I leave. Many true choices crown a single, steady commander.